Hey guys, Kathy Richards already hopping on. I wanted to hop on super quick and talk about something that came up with a client today, which is the cycle of lapse, relapse, and collapse. So what that means is, let's say you've started a new health behavior or you're on your journey of intuitive eating and you have a practice that you do on a pretty regular basis. Maybe it's been a goal or something that you've changed to anchor yourself in that healthy habit for the day, let's say. So then something shifts and you lapse. So that means you might skip doing that behavior. Maybe you're not balancing the food or eating as often throughout the day as you know your body needs. And that's a lapse. So you skip that behavior once. A relapse is when we continually skip the behavior that we're trying to do to feel our best, right? So that could be like, let's say walking is your behavior change that you've started, and it's just to move your body and keep yourself feeling good. So you skip it one day, maybe that's a lapse. You skip it a couple days, that's still a lapse. But it's when it becomes something that you skip on a regular basis, you're going into relapse. And that's where, if we have things like set in place kind of checks and balances, that can help us from going to total collapse, which means you go back to the beginning and that behavior change is gone. So what can you do? What can you set in place to kind of avoid going all the way back to where you started? If it's the walking example, maybe you need to start out by giving yourself a smaller goal and walking less time every day or walking less days every week. So you get into the habit and then you can build on it. So we want to make sure, if you've set yourself a goal, when you rate your confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10, remember you want to think of that confidence level. If it's not a 7 out of 10, then you want to rethink that goal and pick something, either make it easier or pick something different to be your goal. Because if you're not confident, chances are you're not going to achieve that goal. And then you're not even going to start that cycle, right? You're just going to stay in collapse. So if you have a goal, so meal planning was one thing that came up with a client today. They know that they're going to be super busy and they've been doing better to eat on a regular basis to help with their medical condition. So for them to get through the next time period where it's going to be like crazy work, crazy school schedule, to help avoid the lapses from going to relapse and then going all the way back, it's going to be to have healthy foods on hand, have an easy meal plan to follow, which is just that protein, fat, carbohydrate balance that I help with. Grabbing my grab and go lunch guide was going to be a helpful tool to avoid getting back to the beginning. So it's basically to avoid the relapse, collapse schedule. It's kind of like troubleshooting ahead of time what can come up and then making sure you have some things in place to avoid that cycle from starting. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have something that you keep lapsing on and you need some help, comment below or send me a DM and I'm happy to give you a hand. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.